You know what's strange? The harder you chase happiness, the faster it seems to run away. You've tried everything, haven't you? The goals, the achievements, the relationships, the purchases, the practices. And still, somewhere deep inside, there's this quiet voice asking, is this it? Is this what I've been searching for? Here's the paradox. The people who seem most at peace, they're not chasing anything at all. They're not trying to fix themselves. They're not scrolling through life looking for the next dopamine hit. They're not even trying to be happy. And yet, they are. It's like they've discovered a secret, something the rest of the world is too busy to notice. Something hiding in plain sight, waiting beneath all the noise and the striving and the endless, exhausting search for more. What if I told you that happiness was never meant to be caught? What if the very act of chasing it is what keeps it just beyond your reach? What if everything you've been taught about finding peace, about becoming whole, about finally feeling enough, what if all of it was backward? Today, we're going to talk about why spiritually awake people stop chasing happiness. Not because they've given up, but because they've finally understood something the world doesn't want you to know. Something that changes everything. Let me paint you a picture. You wake up in the morning. Before your feet even touch the floor, your mind is already running. What needs to be done today? What went wrong yesterday? What might go wrong tomorrow? You grab your phone. Scroll through lives that look better than yours. Achievements that make yours feel small. Smiles that seem more genuine. Moments that seem more meaningful. And there it is again. That feeling, that hollow, aching sense that you're missing something, that everyone else has figured out the secret and you're still standing outside in the cold, waiting for the door to open. So you try harder. You set new goals. You chase new dreams. You tell yourself, once I get that, I'll finally be happy. Once I achieve this, I'll finally feel whole. But here's what happens. You get the thing. The promotion, the relationship, the body, the house, the validation. And for a moment, a brief, shining moment, you feel it. Relief, joy, peace. But then the feeling fades, and you're back where you started. Searching, striving, chasing. It's exhausting, isn't it? This endless race toward a finish line that keeps moving further away. You look around and everyone seems to be running the same race. So you think it must be normal. You think, this is just how life works. Keep running, keep chasing, keep reaching. But deep down, in the quietest hours of the night, you wonder, what if I'm running in the wrong direction? What if happiness isn't something to be found, but something I'm somehow missing? You've felt it, haven't you? That whisper beneath all the noise. But maybe, just maybe, the chase itself is the problem. Here's what the world won't tell you. Happiness is more like the sky. You don't chase the sky. You don't earn it. You don't work hard enough to finally deserve it. The sky is simply there, always. Even when clouds cover it. Even when storms rage. Even when darkness falls. The sky doesn't go anywhere. You just stop seeing it. And that's what happens with happiness. You see, the world has taught you a very clever lie. It's taught you that you're incomplete, that something is missing, that you need to fix yourself, improve yourself, upgrade yourself before you're allowed to feel whole. And so you chase success, thinking it will bring you peace. You chase love, thinking it will bring you worth. You chase validation, thinking it will bring you confidence. But here's the shift. What if you were never incomplete to begin with? What if everything you've been searching for was already here, already present, already whole, just hidden beneath layers of conditioning, fear, and the desperate need to prove your worth? Spiritually awake people stop chasing happiness because they've realized something profound. They've realized that chasing happiness is like chasing your own shadow. The harder you run toward it, the faster it runs away, but the moment you turn around and face the light, the shadow disappears. You don't find happiness by adding more to your life. You find it by removing what blocks you from seeing it was always there. The masks you wear, the stories you tell yourself, the beliefs about who you should be, what you should want, how you should feel. All of it. Layers covering the simple truth. You are not a problem to be solved. You are not a project to be completed. You are not broken, behind, or lacking. You are the sky. And everything you've been chasing, the peace, the joy, the sense of being enough, it's not out there. It's not in the future. It's not dependent on circumstances changing or other people finally seeing your worth. It's here, now, in this moment, hidden beneath the noise of the chase. This is the shift. This is what changes everything. When you stop running toward happiness, you realize you're already standing in it. You always have been. Let's go deeper. Why do we chase happiness in the first place? It's not just because we want to feel good. It's because somewhere along the way, we learned to believe that our natural state isn't enough. Think about when you were a child, before the world told you who to be, before you learned to compare yourself to others, before you started keeping score of your worth. You didn't chase happiness then. You just were. A child doesn't wake up thinking, how can I maximize my joy today? They don't analyze whether they're happy enough, successful enough, loved enough. They simply exist. They play, they wonder, they feel. And then something happens. The world teaches you that this isn't enough, that you need to become something, achieve something, prove something. You start to believe that your natural state, your simple, unadorned existence isn't valuable unless you dress it up with accomplishments, possessions, or other people's approval. And so begins the chase. But here's what's really happening beneath the surface. Every time you chase happiness, you're unconsciously telling yourself, I'm not okay as I am. I need something external to complete me. Every goal you set to finally feel worthy reinforces the belief that you're not worthy now. Every achievement you pursue to finally feel enough deepens the wound of not enough. It's a trap. A beautiful, seductive trap. The chase itself becomes proof of your inadequacy. And no matter how much you achieve, no matter how many goals you reach, that core belief remains untouched, unhealed, whispering, not yet, not enough, keep going. Spiritually awake people see through this. They see that the chase is the cage. They realize that peace doesn't come from finally getting what you want. It comes from releasing the belief that you need anything to be whole. This doesn't mean you stop having desires. It doesn't mean you stop growing, creating, or pursuing dreams. It means you stop making you okay dependent on outcomes. You stop outsourcing your peace to circumstances. You stop believing that happiness is something you have to earn, deserve, or hunt down like a wild animal. You've felt this, haven't you? Those rare moments when you're not trying to be anywhere other than where you are. When you're not mentally replaying the past or rehearsing the future. When you're just present. In those moments, there's a quality of peace that doesn't depend on anything. A happiness that isn't based on getting what you want or avoiding what you fear. It's a contentment that exists prior to circumstance. This is what awakening reveals. Not that happiness is hard to find, but that you were looking in the wrong place. You were looking outside when it was always inside. You were looking ahead when it was always here. You were looking for completion when you were always whole. The chase kept you distracted from the most obvious truth. You are not separate from happiness. You are not distant from peace. You are not lacking anything essential. The only thing between you and the happiness you seek is the seeking itself, the striving, the grasping, the belief that you're not already home. And when you really see it, the chase ends. Not because you found what you were looking for, but because you realized you were never lost. Throughout history, every wisdom tradition has tried to tell us this same truth, wrapped in different metaphors. The Buddhists speak of the ox and the ox herder. A young seeker goes searching for the ox which represents their true nature. They search everywhere, through mountains and valleys, through teachings and practices, through years of disciplined effort. And then, at the end of the journey, they realize something stunning. They were the ox all along. What they were searching for was doing the searching. In Christian mysticism, there's the parable of the prodigal son. He leaves home, searching for happiness in a far country. He chases pleasure, wealth, and freedom. And he ends up empty, broken, feeding pigs. And then he remembers. Home was always there. He didn't need to earn his way back. He just needed to return. The father runs to meet him, not because the son finally became worthy, but because he always was. Nature teaches us the same lesson. A river doesn't chase the ocean, it simply flows. And in flowing, it arrives. A seed doesn't chase the sun, it simply opens. And in opening, it grows. The moon doesn't chase the night, it simply reveals what was always there, hidden by daylight. All of nature lives by a principle we've forgotten. Effortless unfolding, being before doing, presence before pursuit. A tree doesn't try to be a tree. A bird doesn't practice being a bird. The ocean doesn't wake up wondering if it's ocean enough. They simply are, and in being, they fulfill their nature perfectly. But we humans, we complicate things. We think we need to become something other than what we are. We think happiness is an achievement, a reward for finally getting ourselves right. But what if happiness is more like breathing? You don't chase your next breath. You don't earn it or deserve it. It simply happens, naturally, effortlessly, because breathing is your nature. And maybe, just maybe, peace is your nature too. Joy is your nature. Wholeness is your nature. Not something to be achieved, but something to be remembered. The ancient Greeks had a word, anamnesis. It means unforgetting, not learning something new, but remembering something you always knew. This is what spiritual awakening is. Not finding happiness, but unforgetting that you are happiness. Not reaching peace, but remembering you are peace. Beneath all the layers, beneath all the conditioning, beneath all the chasing and striving and proving, there you are, whole, complete, enough. You always have been. Let me tell you what this means for you, right now, today, in your actual life. You are not broken. You're not behind. You're not failing. You're not missing some crucial piece of information that everyone else seems to have. You're not too much or not enough. You're not damaged goods that need fixing before you're allowed to feel okay. All those voices, the ones that tell you you're not ready yet, not worthy yet, not healed enough yet, they're not telling you the truth. They're echoes of a world that profits from your sense of incompleteness. They're remnants of a culture that needs you to believe you're broken so you'll keep buying solutions. But you are not a problem to be solved. You are a sky that forgot it was vast. You are an ocean that forgot it was deep. You are a light that dimmed itself to fit in rooms too small for your brightness. And the journey isn't about becoming something new. It's about remembering who you were before the world taught you to forget. This is why spiritually awake people stop chasing happiness. Because they've seen through the lie. They've realized that the chase was keeping them from what they already had. And so they stop. Not in resignation, not in defeat, but in recognition. They recognize that peace isn't at the end of the journey. It's the ground they're standing on. They recognize that happiness isn't in the future. It's in the present moment they keep abandoning to chase the future. They recognize that wholeness isn't something to achieve. It's something to accept. And here's what happens when you stop chasing. Life doesn't fall apart. You don't become lazy or unmotivated. You don't stop growing or dreaming or creating. You just stop making your peace conditional. You stop telling yourself, I'll be happy when. You stop believing, I'll be enough if. You stop waiting for permission from the world to finally feel okay. And in that stopping, in that surrender, something miraculous happens. Happiness stops running away because you're no longer chasing it. You're no longer pushing it away with your desperate need to capture it. You're simply here, present, open. And happiness, real happiness, not the fleeting high of getting what you want. Happiness reveals itself as your natural state. Not something you create, but something you uncover, like the sun behind the clouds. It was always shining. You just couldn't see it because you were too busy chasing shadows. So what does this mean for you? It means you can stop, right now. Stop running, stop proving, stop performing. You can rest in the simple truth that you are already what you're looking for. You don't need to wait for the perfect circumstances. You don't need to fix yourself first. You don't need anyone's permission or validation. You can simply be, and in that being, discover what was always there, waiting, patient, whole, you, the real you, the one underneath all the masks and roles and fears, the you that doesn't need to chase anything because you're already home. So here we are, Full circle. We started with a question. Why do spiritually awake people stop chasing happiness? And now you know it's not because they don't want to be happy. It's because they realize that chasing happiness is what kept them from seeing it was already here. They stopped running and discovered they were already home. They stopped seeking and realized they were already found. They stopped becoming and remembered they already were. This is the gift of awakening. Not a destination you reach, but a recognition that happens. A moment when you finally see through the illusion of separation, of lack, of not enough. A moment when you realize, I am not separate from the happiness I seek. I am not distant from the peace I crave. I am not lacking anything essential. Everything I've been searching for is what I am. And in that recognition, the chase ends. Not because you gave up, but because you woke up. So maybe today is the day you stop running. Maybe today is the day you turn around and face the light. Maybe today is the day you finally let yourself rest in the truth you've always known but were too afraid to believe. You are enough. You always have been. You always will be. Not because you achieved something. Not because you fixed yourself. Not because you finally got it right. But simply because you exist. Your existence itself is the miracle. Your presence itself is the gift. Your being itself is the answer to every question you've been asking. Happiness was never something to find. It was something to remember. And maybe that's all life ever asked of you. To stop running long enough to notice what was already here. To stop chasing long enough to realize you were never lost. To stop becoming long enough to remember you already are. Welcome home. You've been here all along.